Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Fei Fei, and today joining me as usual is Steve Hatherley. Hello, Steve.
Hey, how you doing, Fei Fei? Thanks for having me back. Have you noticed that it's been getting hotter as of late, but yet I've been in Beijing for a couple of summers now. I don't think it's as hot this year as it has been in the past, right?
No, it's not as hot, but it's more humid.
Yes, exactly.
It's a lot wetter than 10 years ago when I first came to Beijing.
What I can't figure out is, where is this humidity coming from?
That's the exactly same question that I have for the past few months. Like, this is not the Beijing that I knew of for the past 10 years.
It's usually very dry, in my limited experience, usually a very dry summer, a very hot summer. The winters are dry as well, tough on your skin. But yeah, the weather seems to be getting more extreme and very different here in Beijing.
Yeah, and also I think in some other parts of the world, not the same pattern per se as Beijing, but things are also changing. I listened to a podcast this morning. It's a British guy speaking with a Canadian writer, and they also are speaking about the weather, the climate is different from what they grew up with.
Yeah, I feel like the climate is changing. I'm probably the first person to talk about that, right?
Yeah, surprising. Big news broke to the world.
Yeah, right.
The climate is changing.
On Takeaway Chinese.
Yeah, that brings us to a lot of key expressions in Chinese concerning 气候变化, climate change. But I think we need to rephrase the term climate change these days, because when it comes to climate change and global warming, people will think, it's just getting hotter, but in fact, it's getting just more extreme. And that's why we're seeing more extreme weathers around the world every year, every season.
Yeah, I think the other side effect is that when we repeatedly use the word climate change in the media and global warming in the media, it gets used to the point where people get desensitized and the meaning doesn't have the power that it should.
Yeah, it doesn't relate to their daily life.
Yeah, people just stop paying as much attention to it because they've heard it a thousand times.
Yeah, it's just a phrase passing by their brain and do not leave a trace. But so speaking of extreme weathers, which in Chinese is 极端天气.
极端
天气.
天气.
Extreme is 极端.
Extreme 极端.
And 天气 is weather. And when it comes to extreme weather, 极端天气, I think this summer for Beijing, we have a lot of rains. It's more humid. But over on the other side of the planet, for example, in Europe and North America, it's getting very, very hot. And they are embracing heat waves, which is 热浪 in Chinese.
热浪.
Yes, precisely heat waves, which in Chinese direct translation would be 热浪. 热 is heat, and the 浪 is wave.
热浪.
Yes, and they are embracing heat waves in Europe and North America, and also part of Asia, for example, in India. They're getting really, really hot, seeing record level high temperatures, which is 高温天气.
高温天气.
Yeah, 高温 meaning high temperature, and 天气, as we just introduced, is weather.
What's the hottest temperature you've ever experienced?
I think it was, in Australia. I think it's about 44 degrees Celsius. It's also one of their, I'm not going to say heat wave, but it's also one of their extreme weather event year that they would call that Black Summer 2019.
Oh.
That they saw like record level bushfires scorching across different states in Australia.
That was a major tragedy. I remember that being in the news.
Yeah, a lot.
You weren't there at the time.
Yeah, I was there. It was crazy. I mean, when I was in Sydney city center, that's not the place that would normally associated with bushfires. You are starting to see ashes falling down
from the air.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it just was very apocalypse seen that I wouldn't expect to be experiencing.
44 degrees. Did people go outside and just go about their day? Like walk down the sidewalk?
No, it will be very quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially around noon. And I think that's when air conditioners became a huge topic as well, because in the past, for a lot of Australian cities, they also don't, in the southern part of Australia, you don't need air conditioning, just like Europe did this summer. But somehow under a 44 degrees Celsius weather event, you definitely need air conditioner.
The hottest weather I've ever experienced was in Las Vegas. I don't know if it was unusual. I think it was. I think even for Las Vegas, it was considered unusual. It was 45 degrees. And my friend I stayed with my friend, and he lived about maybe 10, 15 minutes drive outside of the strip. So like the Las Vegas strip. So like a suburb, kind of. And I noticed that you don't see one person on the sidewalk. Like nobody walks anywhere.
And that's one of the side effects that nobody thought of when it comes to these kind of high temperature heat wave days.
Yeah, so even if you're going just down the road like a kilometer and a half, you wouldn't walk. You'd call a taxi to take you because it's just so insanely hot outside. It's almost dangerous.
Yeah, and is it very sunny as well in Las Vegas?
Extremely.
So it's not only hot, it's scorching.
It is unreal.
Yeah, and in Chinese, we also have a word to describe that scorching feeling in summer, which is called 暑.
暑.
Yeah, and it's associated basically with the heat that you experiences in summers. But when it comes to 暑, which means heat or hot in English, it's kind of different than 热, which is also hot. Because 暑 refers to that feeling of not only getting really hot, but also very humid. You are sort of steaming under the sun. And that is what a lot of people are experiencing this summer, the scorching heat feeling.
Do you always put weather with the thing that you're talking about? So you said 极端天气.
Yeah, extreme weather.
Extreme weather. Would you say 暑天气?
酷暑, we would call scorching summer heat as 酷暑. 酷 meaning the scorching feeling of the heat. And then 暑, I just said it means heat or hot.
But you wouldn't need to put weather along with it each time.
Yeah, we don't. But when it comes to summer, we use the word 暑 a lot. We can describe the scorching summer heat as 酷暑. For escape the heat, we would say 避暑.
避暑.
避 meaning escape and 暑 the heat. And also when it comes to prevent the heat, it's 防暑.
防暑.
Yeah. And when it comes to heat stroke, it's 中暑.
中暑.
Yes. So 暑 is a very important word for the summer.
Those are all kind of negative, dangerous things, but hot summertime temperatures can be a good thing too. Some people enjoy tanning. Do you like to tan?
No, not at all. I'm an Asian, Steve.
Yeah, white people love it. I tan okay. One of my sisters tans okay.
What do you mean by tans okay?
Well, my skin will turn brown.
As you wish.
Not on command.
Like turning on a switch.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. I go from white to red, and then when I start to turn red, then it's get out of the sun on the first day. That usually happens like 20 minutes into the day. And then that will turn brown. And then it's like a turkey in an oven, kind of. And then I can go
put it that way, yeah.
I can go back out the next day and it'll just get browner from there. One of my sisters is like that. My other sister, though, she has red hair, which is weird because nobody else in our family has red hair. Well, in my family tree they do, but immediate family no. And I think this is true for all red hair people. She can't tan at all. There's no tanning. She has two colors, white and lobster. Those are her colors.
But after she gets out of the sun, she can return to being white.
She's always white.
But I mean,
Oh, not sunburned.
Yeah.
No, if she's in the sun for any amount of time, she turns to the color of a stop sign. And it is hilarious. And my other sister and I, we have these beautiful summer tans. And there's my other sister hiding under the largest sun hat she can find. Sunburn is the word that I would like to know because she gets a sunburn every single summer.
That's 晒伤.
晒伤.
晒 meaning sunbathe. And then 伤 meaning get hurt.
晒伤.
晒伤 is sunburn. I would love to know the secret. I mean, it's in the genes probably, but I want to know the secret of staying, I won't say white, but pale all the time, because that's one of the key tasks for a lot of people in China during the summer is not only not get 晒伤, not get sunburned, but also not get tan.
Yeah, just
in summers.
Avoid it altogether.
Yeah, we have a lot of protective gears, the hats, the umbrella, the clothes, the masks.
The squid mask.
And the sunscreens. I have 5 bottles of sunscreens at home for different purposes and different weathers and different conditions.
Yeah. People really avoid it. It's probably the safest and healthiest thing to do, but we enjoy changing the color of our skin during the summertime.
But yeah, in that sense, I think for a lot of Asian people, changing, we always longing for something that we don't have.
Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah, it's human nature, right?
Yeah.
What about keeping your skin? You use all that sunscreen to keep your skin hydrated. Hydration is important in the summer heat too.
Yeah.
How do you say that?
Yeah, especially after getting either getting a lot of sunbathed, you need hydration, which is 补水, rehydration.
补水.
补 is meaning to refill the water.
Oh, there's
water
another
tray.
There's another meaning of 补.
补.
Oh, this is not the 补.
Not the refusal 补. It's 补.
补.
补水.
Refill water.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
Rehydrate. Because when you get under the sun for different purposes and different reasons, you can get dehydration very fast.
Yeah.
Which is 脱水.
脱水.
脱 meaning get rid of the water. Dehydration.
Do you want to hear a funny story? So I went to the Philippines with a friend of mine, and we decided to stay at a pretty nice hotel. Usually we would never do that, but we just decided this time, let's do it. So this hotel was lovely. They have the loungers on the beach, and in the middle of the afternoon, they come and they bring you free hors d'oeuvres and free services, like they'll take your sunglasses, they'll clean them and then put them back on your face. Like really nice service.
Put it back on your face.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's next level.
This is a classy place. So anyway, the waiter was walking around. It was very hot outside, and he came over with a plate, and it was ice, and then on top was very thinly sliced cucumber. What do you think that's for?
Wash your hands.
No, it's for your eyes, right?
Oh.
You put the little cucumber circles on your eyes for like cooling, right? But Did
you drink it?
No, as the cucumber... No, it's not in the glass. It's just on a plate, and the little slices are on top of the ice. So as the waiter comes over and he says, cucumbers, sir? And my friend said, oh, thank you. And he takes them and he eats it. I was like, dude, you are not high class. He's like, what? It's like, you're not supposed to eat
nice
that.
Iced cucumbers in the summer.
He's like, I'm not supposed to eat that? I was like, who serves cucumbers like that? Have you ever seen that before? No, they were thin for your eyes. Yeah. And you put them on your eyes, and it cools them down and reduces puffiness or something.
Oh, because... Yeah, of course, under the sun.
A hot sun.
Yes, everything gets very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you need to cool it down. Yeah, and when it comes to different methods of cooling yourself down in the summer, I think a lot of people are in much need of that in this summer, for no matter it's for the heat waves or because of the more humid summer here in Beijing. We have a lot of different methods.
A lot of different methods because there are a lot of hot days and a lot of tropical nights too.
Yeah, when it comes to tropical nights, in Chinese it's actually called 热带夜. It's a very direct translation from tropical night.
热带.
Yeah, which is tropical. And night is 夜.
热带夜.
Yes, which refers to the nights that temperatures just don't drop below 20 degrees Celsius anymore. And during heat waves, I think is becoming more common, especially in cities. And that led to problems like you can't fall in sleep at night anymore. I think we experienced that last summer in Beijing. Because of the heat wave, because it's also still very hot at night that...
Opening your windows does nothing.
Yeah, and you need to turn your ACs to a very low temperatures to stay cool for the whole night.
Yeah.
And that leads to two problems. Either your bills will increase tremendously, or you turn off the AC and you are not able to fall into sleep.
It's the problem in the UK now, too, is that, or in different parts of Europe, as well, that the sun is turning the homes into like brick pizza ovens because the buildings are designed to keep heat in, but the bricks end up trapping the heat from the sun, and it just makes the house hot at night. And it's so hot at night that typically people would just open the windows to cool down, but that's not something that's working anymore.
Yeah, and very funnily, I saw it on either TikTok or some other social media platform, is that some European people are using very traditional way to cool themselves down. They have a big bowl of ice and they put a fan behind that bowl of ice. And so the wind coming out of the fan is cold.
Yeah, it's a good method. It melts so quickly, though.
That's true. But as long as you have a fridge, you can have more ice more quickly, which the reason that I said that method, that cooling method is very traditional, because in the past, in ancient China, that's what the royals and the rich people did to cool themselves down in winters. And speaking of cool yourself down, we have, like we talked about before with you, Steve, is about a very traditional and fun way to cool yourself down in winter in China.
In winter?
In summer in China.
Winter, just step outside.
It's another story.
Yeah. A fun and unique way to cool yourself down in summer.
Involves a vegetable.
Yes. The giant wax gourd.
Yeah, 冬瓜.
Which is it's a vegetable.
It's a vegetable. Yeah.
So it's not a melon.
I think
it's not a melon. Melon's a fruit, right?
I think the reason some people will call it melon.
Yeah. Looks like a giant eggplant.
Yeah, very big.
Yeah.
The size of a baby for some varieties.
Some are even bigger, aren't they?
Yeah. That's why on the markets, normally we're seeing sliced 冬瓜, sliced winter melon, or wax gourd, depending how you want to call it. But it's in 冬瓜 in Chinese.
冬瓜. So people use this vegetable in the summertime. This is so smart and so creative. And I'd like to meet the first person who had this idea.
I think it's originated in Guangdong province.
Like thousands of years ago, probably.
Probably.
Yeah. But anyway, people sleep with this thing.
Yeah.
And the reason it helps to keep them cool is twofold. One, because the skin of the melon is quite cool itself to hold on to. And two, it's big enough that you wrap your arms and legs around it so that it opens up, what do you call that? Joints? Area, like your elbows and your knees and your armpits and stuff. It opens up those spaces and it just allows you to stay cooler.
Yeah, and so 抱冬瓜, hugging the winter melon.
抱冬瓜.
抱 is hug. And 冬瓜 is winter melon or wax gourd. Is a very popular way somehow this summer that a lot of people are speaking of, especially for children. For example, at the age of 14, 20-year-old, hugging that winter melon is almost like hugging a pillow.
Yeah.
At night. It's comfortable and it's cooling and it's and also you can eat that melon afterwards.
The demand for your giant wax gourds must spike in the summertime. I don't know anything about this vegetable. Is it a summertime vegetable?
Yeah.
It's year round?
Somehow, especially in summers, I think you were recommended to eat this kind of gourd vegetables because in traditional Chinese medicine sense, they're also considered to have that cooling effect inside your body. And so eating some of the wind gourd soups, for instance, and it's also very delicious to be cooked with seafood. I think in Guangdong, they are also making them into candy because the gourd itself tastes like nothing.
Yeah.
So you can
flavorless.
So it's very flexible depending on how you want to make it.
It's like a canvas. Quite versatile.
Yeah.
Vegetable.
Yeah. And speaking of different kinds of gourd, I think we also have, I don't know if you like that, but it can be very unique in Asian countries. In China in particular, it's the bitter gourd, 苦瓜.
Is that light green?
Yeah.
And has kind of a unique shape?
It looks a bit like cucumber, but it's more like I don't know how to describe it.
I don't know how to describe it either, which means we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
I do not like that one.
Is it? But I like it. It's very
you grew up with it, right?
Yeah.
I think maybe the equivalent. Does everybody like this? Because it's very bitter.
It's like durians. If you love it, you love it. If you hate it, you hate it.
Oh, so the population is kind of divided.
Yeah.
Some people like. I think the vegetable in Canada that would be the closest in terms of that would be the radish.
The radish?
Mm-hmm. Many people don't like radishes because they're very bitter.
Oh.
I remember my grandmother used to make a kind of radish casserole in the wintertime. So she'd boil the radishes and then mash them so it looked like mashed potatoes kind of, and then put them in a pan, spread them out in a pan, and then on top of the radishes she put brown sugar. And then you bake it in the oven so the sugar kind of caramelizes and crusts, and then you eat it and you get the sweetness of the sugar with the very bitter radish. Quite tasty. That's the only way I would ever eat it. That's why I can remember that.
But I think for 苦瓜, for the bitter gourd, some people just enjoy the bitterness, like me. Yeah.
Do you like coffee that's been made 3 days ago?
I've never tasted a coffee that's made 3 days ago.
Tastes like that bitter gourd.
Really?
Super bitter.
I don't believe that. A soup, it's bitter, but it's like delicious bitter. It's not like life bitter.
What's delicious bitter? I've never seen those two words next to each other.
It's like you can still chew it and enjoy that bitterness.
It's very crunchy.
It's crunchy, and it's also considered to have that cooling effect inside your body. Because when it comes to the concept of 暑, of heat in traditional Chinese medicine, they believe that heat, that humidity, is very bad for you. And you need to cool yourself down, not with ice, but through taking advantage of the different features of your food to sort of balance out that heat and cooling inside your body.
The yin and the yang.
And the yin, on some level, the yin and yang. So during summer, especially, I think when it comes to this time of year, getting rid of the 暑, to 避暑, to escape the heat, is also very important. I think a lot of people choose to go to another place for a holiday to escape that heat.
The bank.
The bank. It's very cold. Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. That's what the elderly do in Korea sometimes. When it's really, really hot outside, they'll just go hang out at the bank for a little while. And now banks, they have partnered kind of with coffee shops. Not all of them, but some of them. So you get a cafe connected to the bank, like in the bank. I don't know why I'm telling this story.
But it's a fun story.
Anyway, when it's hot, some people go hang out at the bank.
That reminds me that in some Chinese places, they will set up cooling zones in subway stations.
Like the misting. Oh, you mean inside the subway station?
Inside the subway stations, they have designated areas for cooling. So they set up, like, for instance, reading corners or maybe equipped with water so that people can relax and enjoy some cooling time and inside the subway stations.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And they call it 纳凉区.
纳凉区.
Yeah, for cooling in Chinese, we call that 纳凉.
纳凉 is cooling?
Yeah, it's cooling. And I think there are different locations for different cities. For example, in Zhejiang or Chongqing, they take advantage of old air raid shelters to turn that into public cooling spaces. I think in Chongqing, they even converted those shelters into hot pot restaurants and getting really popular online because it's cool. So you don't need as much ACs inside. Well, you can also enjoy your hot pot. And that is another way of cool yourself down.
Go inside to cool off and then eat the hottest, spiciest thing possible.
You know, there is a theory
I know.
behind, you know that?
I do, because in Korea they believe that too.
That some level of spice during summer can drive that heat outside of your body.
I think the theory is, if I'm correct, I think this is how it was explained to me. When it's hot out, you eat something spicy so that you raise your core temperature, you raise your body temperature, and then when you leave the restaurant and you go outside, it doesn't really feel that hot outside because your body is now hotter than it was before.
Really? Is that your theory or the theory you've heard of?
That's the theory I heard.
I heard like a different version. Is that if you eat a lot of spice in summers, you will sweat a lot, and that sweat have that detoxing effects for you, so you can get rid of the shu features inside your body to get that heat and humidity that trapped inside you because of the weather. And thinking about that, a lot of southern Chinese provinces, they do eat a lot of spicy food, like in Chongqing and Chengdu, Guizhou, Yunnan, Hunan, Hubei, I'm naming basically every provinces in southern China, and Jiangxi, all of them eat very spicy food, have very spicy diets.
All year.
All year, yeah. Because I think one of the reasons is because all year their weathers tend to be very hot and very humid, and they need kind of ginger, spice, peppers to drive those humidity and heat outside of their body. So somehow balance out that yin and yang inside, you know, internally.
Do people in the northern part of the country, like here or Inner Mongolia, also believe that you eat spicy things in the summertime to fight off the heat?
That's not, you know, driving away the heat has never been kind of a topic in northern China before. Because I remember growing up in Inner Mongolia, the highest temperature I experienced would be like 35 degrees. But during nights, the temperature would drop around 20 degrees very fast.
Not bad.
So you can
quite
cool
pleasant.
Yeah, so you can cool yourself down very quickly. So you don't really, and also we don't have that humidity, that level of humidity in the air. So it's never been an issue. But like European countries, staying warm in the winter would be our primary focus when it comes to, you know, designing the architecture and designing everything around us.
I remember when I came to, I'm just checking the temperature in Beijing today, 32. Yeah, that's not bad, right?
Yeah, it's
when
on some level pleasant.
Yeah, when I moved here a couple of years ago, I remember, and I remember this because I had to like wait outside of the company to meet people to have them pick me up because I didn't know where I was going type thing because I was just starting. And sometimes they would be late by like 3 minutes. Who cares? 3 minutes, right? It's nothing unless it's 37 degrees outside. then it's
something.
Yeah, then it's 180 seconds. 3 minutes suddenly you can make it larger in your mind. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my goodness, Beijing is way hotter than I expected. But this year, it's
cooler.
It's cooled down.
I remember one of my friends when she first moved to Singapore.
Oh, that place.
And she mentioned that...
It's hot. No offense. I didn't mean any offense to our Singaporean listeners. I meant that place, meaning like that place gets so hot.
Yeah, and humid. And she mentioned that every place you go, they're very common to have shades. Every places, even for bus stops. They even have air conditioners in some bus stops. I think that's for legitimate reasons. I mean, if you are living in that tropical areas... It's very important to have those.
I love Singapore. It looks like a dollhouse to me. It's so pretty. But what I learned when I visited there is that around the world, people's definition of far is totally different. So I was at a Starbucks and I was looking for, there's some shopping street or ancient street or something. And, I had my map open on my phone. I couldn't get the map turned around the right way. I was confused. So I asked a guy, I left coffee shop. I walked outside and I saw a guy. I said, "Excuse me, is the ancient street like this way or that way?" And he said, "Oh, it's that way. That's correct, but it's pretty far, so take a taxi." I said, "Okay, thanks, man." And I looked at my phone and I got situated in the right direction, and it said 1 kilometer. And I thought, that's not far. Why do you say it was far? And then I thought, oh, maybe that's he was thinking of the wrong place. So I walked. Don't do that.
In Singapore.
Oh my gosh. I was dripping in sweat. I walked the whole way.
It's not because of the distance is far, it's just the weather.
So Singaporeans or expats who live there, far is a relative term when it's super hot outside. So he was saying, yeah, a kilometer is far, so don't walk there in this weather. Fei Fei, my shirt was soaked, my shorts were soaked. My hair was wet. It was just insane. The humidity must have been like, I don't know, well over 90 degrees or 90%.
Wow. So you can see that weather really defines a lot of details in our life.
Yeah, and it makes people live in a certain type of way.
Yeah. So when it comes to walking, a pleasant spring walk for cities like Shanghai, I think people enjoy that. They can easily walk for like 2-3 kilometers. Don't really exist in Singapore, apparently.
Yeah.
So take that. Taking consideration into the weather factors wherever you travel to, because that is 天气 is one of the defining factors for city design, architecture design, everything around your life. And that brings us to the end of today's Takeaway Chinese and Fei Fei with Steve Hatherley in the studio. For more episodes of the show, remember you can visit our website at radio.cgtn.com. You can also listen to the show and read the script there. You can also find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, including Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, and so much more. Just search for Takeaway Chinese. I'm Fei Fei, and I'll see you next time.